You are welcome here. 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 Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever
grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for singing, and welcome. Welcome to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate that. Thank you, Chris. Chris is back to play the service. Yay. Lori did a fantastic job last week, but we missed you, Brother Chris. Thank you. Yes. So welcome to everybody watching at home as well, and it's just great to have you here with us this morning in our Center of Love, where we aspire to be love, share love, and serve love. Thank you. So a few announcements before we jump into the youth message. Everything I'm going to read is where? On the website, www.venturacsl.org. We also have a desk through those doors there where you can find printed information about some of these things, and there's lots of sign-up sheets for people to sign up for things. If you're a first-time visitor, we have a gift for you. Really? I didn't know we had a gift. I guess we do. Anyway, see somebody about your gift and then tell me what it is, because I don't remember the gift thing. Anyway, you can connect with one of our ambassadors to receive it. There's Mark, he's an ambassador, and we've got Charlotte over there. She's an ambassador. Yay! All right. We have a choir rehearsal after service, 11:30 to 12:30, and anybody can join the choir. You can sing or not sing, and you're just welcome to show up and share your love. We also have many service opportunities. We're going to be up-leveling our service pretty soon, inviting people into more growth-producing, beautiful service opportunities. But if you can't wait for us to start really rolling that out, go and speak to Bernie right there. Bernie Austin is our volunteer coordinator. Yay, Bernie. And then one last announcement for now. We have a science and spirituality group that's taking place on March 19th. It's the third Wednesday of every month. And this week, they are continuing to discuss a book called You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's all of the announcements at this moment, but I'm going to call forth Mr. Bill here in his Irish hat. Yes. And by the way, this is my tribute. People are asking me why I'm not wearing green. There's green in my shoes, and I have a green folder. So, all right.
Good morning. Would the
Good
children
morning.
like to join me today? Anybody coming? All right. Hi, Athena. Hi, June. All right. I'd like to start this morning. Invite everyone to close their eyes, take a breath. And we're going to use our imagination to go on a wonderful adventure. Where in the world would you like to explore? What would you like to discover? Now, imagine you're a superhero. What secret identity would you like to have? Would you all like to share your secret identity?
I work with Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
I'm a sidekick.
A sidekick? Very cool.
Clark Kent.
All right.
Clark Kent. Lots of fun. You know, our secret desires can tell us a lot about different aspects of ourselves. Sometimes in our lives, we may have to be brave, and other times we may be scared. It's okay to embrace all aspects of ourselves. Oh, I forgot to show the adventure. I'm sorry. It's okay to embrace all aspects of ourselves. Our fear may be really an inner guide to help protect us from something. You can come down, guys.
honey.
On the other hand, our bravery can help us to get through tough or scary situations. Every moment of every day is an adventure. So be kind to yourself. I invite you all to repeat after me. I am enough.
I am enough.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part, thank you, me, thank you. You are the face of God. Thank you. And now we'll have some prayer from Reverend Susan Burrell.
Good morning. And as the practitioners and fellow ministers take a stand here in this sanctuary, know that they are standing for and with you. And so taking a very deep breath, just dropping into that center of love in your heart that you are, and with the breath, begin to feel it expand, breathing in love and exhaling love. And feel that love connecting to each and every person here, each and every person watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever they are. Just feel that love expanding out, blanketing the community, and connecting each person in the oneness of the all, the I am. And so I know that this is the truth of all beingness, that there is only one exquisite, elegant, divine source energy that operates and creates by means of me and by means of each of us. So I know that as I choose love, as I choose truth, as I choose peace, this is the center of my being, and it radiates out. And I know that for each and every person here, there is love, there is truth, and there is peace within always. So knowing that this day is divinely guided and blessed, I celebrate with the verdant green of St. Patty's Day, knowing that that green is the vitality of life itself expressing in the outer world. So with celebration and gratitude and humility, I release this word into that law of love, knowing that as I radiate, we radiate, and everything becomes green and vital and verdant. And so I simply let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Susan. And so we breathe deeply into that beautiful, beautiful energy, into the greenness, into the goodness, into the vitality of being alive here on the planet Earth at this strange yet sacred time. How wonderful it is to know that we are here now in this sacred community, blending our hearts, our minds, and soon our voices in awareness of oneness, in awareness of the great I am, that presence, that name for oneness, that lives and moves and has its perfect being through each of us in diverse and unique and wonderful ways. And so take a moment, if you would, just to anchor in that oneness. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your body. Feel it in your breath. Feel it in your soul. Feel it in your gut. Feel that oneness everywhere. That beautiful, beautiful essence of love that is the truth of who you are. And because we fill ourselves with the awareness of that oneness that has never, ever actually left us, we just turn our awareness to it and become filled with the sensation of it. We know this truth for ourselves, and we know it for all beings everywhere. And we are so full of this sensation that it pours out into the atmosphere, into the universe through our voices. As we sing together today, remember that you are remembering for yourself. You are remembering the I am presence, the presence of love, God, the indwelling spirit. You remember it for you, but you also remember it for all beings everywhere. Let us collectively know that our voices circulate. Let us see the energy of this sanctuary circulating around the world to any place or any person that needs to be lifted up, to the animal kingdom, to the cosmos. Together we sing, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am love. I am remembering who I am. Releasing love. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am light. I am remembering who I am. Sending forth light. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am peace. I am remembering who I am. Revealing peace. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Love, light, peace, joy, healing, wholeness. We know these qualities and more for ourselves and all beings everywhere as we breathe in deeply. And then exhale, gently opening our eyes as love, in love, and in service to what is, as it is. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you, Liz.
Good morning.
Okay. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished upon a star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far.
And what's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do you think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know it's probably magic. And have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice may be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Was parking an issue today? I heard it was pretty sketchy out there. Oh. Same as always. Okay. And yet here you are. Thank you all for braving the elements and coming into this beautiful sanctuary where we can really celebrate spirit together. I'm going to start by inviting us to consider a phrase by Emma Curtis Hopkins. Emma Curtis Hopkins is this person here, and she said, "There is a good for me, and I ought to have it." Now, Emma Curtis Hopkins was a primary teacher of Ernest Holmes, who is our founder. She was an influencer for him, and I couldn't control myself. I had to do a picture of Emma Curtis Hopkins as an influencer. Emma, wherever you are right now, I hope that's not too disrespectful. Maybe you don't even want to be on TikTok, but I couldn't help myself. So there she is. Oh. But think about that phrase for just a moment. There is a good for me and I ought to have it. Let's say that together. There is a good for me and I ought to have it. Now take a moment and see how that feels. How does that land with you? Good. I'm glad, because it doesn't always land that well with me. Okay? Sometimes I talk to people about that phrase, there is a good for me and I ought to have it, and I ask them what they think about it, and they cringe a little. And they say, it sounds super entitled to me. I understand. I understand that, because ought can feel like a should, or like I said, it can feel like entitlement. But if we look at the definition of ought means obligation. There is a good for me and I'm obligated to receive it. There is a good for me and it is a natural consequence of my birthright to receive it. It is my duty to receive it. In other words, there is a good for me and I am supposed to have it simply because I'm here, simply because I exist, simply because I was born. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, everybody in that flat choir. Thank you, everybody. And if you still have doubts about whether or not you ought to receive the good that is yours by birthright, check this out. Look at this picture. It's a little plant. Is there a good for that plant, and that plant should have it? That plant is supposed to have it, right? That plant ought to have the good for it. Check this out. There's a good puppy. Is there a good for that puppy, and should that puppy have it? Amen and hallelujah. Thank you. How about this little critter? Everybody. Aww. Is there a good for that little baby dressed like a goat? And ought that baby dressed like a goat have it? Absolutely. So now I didn't have time to do this, but if I were to pop all of your faces up on that screen, everybody, oh, we're so adorable. There is a good for all of us, and we ought to have it. Will you turn to someone right now and say, there is a good for you, and you ought to have it? Absolutely. Amen and hallelujah. Now, if you didn't get it all out of your system, we have a whole coffee hour afterwards, and you can go up to many people. In fact, I would suggest doing this wherever you go today. Go up to strangers, police officers, whatever. Say, there is a good for you, and you ought to have it, dude. How's that? There is a good for all living beings, and they ought to have it. Now, what if we were to change that word good to compassion? There is compassion for me, and I ought to have it. I deserve compassion right here, right now, no matter who I've been, no matter what I've done, no matter where I've been, I deserve compassion. From Sharon Salzberg, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserves love and affection. There is a compassion for you, and you ought to have it. And you may need to start by giving compassion to yourself. Self-compassion. We all deserve self-compassion. Again, self-compassion can be challenging for some of us. There are many cultures that emphasize caring for others over the self. Sometimes I've noticed this in my world. Perhaps you do this too. I practice what I call the kindness Olympics. This happened in my family a lot. We tried to outshine each other in our capacity to be selfless. We tried to see who could give the most, who could be the most helpful, who could be the most giving to the other family members, who could fix the other family members. And in so doing, we often leave ourselves out of the loop of self-compassion. Also, many of us misunderstand compassion. We may confuse it with self-pity or weakness. And it's really about nurturing ourselves so that we can find our resilience and our strength. And then there's the inner critic. How many of you have an inner critic? Let's see a show of pinkies. Oh, you're bold. You don't have to do a pinky. If you want to do your whole hand, you're fine. If you want to stand up, if you have an inner critic, that's good too. The inner critic tells us that we don't deserve compassion because we have made mistakes. We have made mistakes, the inner critic says. And then the inner critic says that our mistakes define us. And by define us, I mean make us less fine. It defines us. And the inner critic tells us that our mistakes are fatal. The inner critic acts like we are the only one who has made mistakes. The inner critic obsesses about what is wrong with us and completely ignores what is right with us. When the inner critic is on a tear, that's exactly what it does. It tells everything that is wrong with us and completely ignores what is right with us. I've told this story before. It's about a friend of mine. She's a great pianist. She made her debut at Carnegie Hall many years ago. And shortly after I said, "Hey, Barry, how did it go? How did it go? Was it great?" She got a look on her face like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. And she said, "I played a wrong note. I played a wrong note." I let that sit in the silence, and then she thought about it some more. She said, "I played a lot of right notes. But all I can think about is the wrong note." And that's such a metaphor, isn't it? Oh, we've done a lot of good in the world. We've done so much good in the world. We've probably, all of us, have played a lot of right notes. But the mistakes we've made, our wrong notes, stand out. They hijack our brains. The times we were impatient. The times we bombed in public. Hello. Anybody else ever bomb in public? Hello. Okay. The times we've talked ugly about others. Hello, everybody. Hello. The times we feel like we failed. These wrong notes tend to consume us. But you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to be consumed by our wrong notes. We don't have to let our wrong notes or our mistakes define us. And perhaps the first act of self-compassion is to reframe our concept of what is a mistake really. What is this thing that we're calling a mistake? Mistakes are holy. Mistakes offer us contrast. They tell us what we don't want. Mistakes teach us humility. And one of the amazing paradoxes about humility is that it is in our humility that we find our greatness. Mistakes offer us the blessed, blissful opportunity to practice self-compassion. And then when we get skilled, or as we get skilled at practicing self-compassion, we can develop compassion and understanding for others, for the other people around us who might occasionally make a mistake. Our mistakes remind us that everyone makes mistakes, and our willingness to acknowledge the fact that everyone longs for happiness, everyone is seeking freedom from suffering, and that everyone makes mistakes sometimes, our willingness to acknowledge that, our willingness connects us. And connection is a big part of why we're here. Also, just for a moment, consider this. You know, the mistake that you think you made, it's not happening right now, is it? Eckhart Tolle says that if we just turn into the present moment is perfect as it is. The mistake you think you made is not happening now. It is over. It is over. Self-compassion is a skill that draws us into the present, and where we remember that we need the courage to learn from our past and not live in it. That's a quote from Sharon Salzberg. Let's see if I got that in there. Oop, nope, wrong slide. I thought I had that quote definitely does not go with that slide. Let me just back up a minute and read that quote again. Talk about making a mistake in public, y'all. You see how I sacrifice for you? Yeah, you're welcome. I'll do it again, I'm sure. I'm going to read that Sharon Salzberg quote again. We need the courage to learn from our past and not live in it. So take a moment now and notice a mistake that you have made See that it is not happening now, even if it happened 30 seconds ago. And offer yourself some self-compassion, whatever that looks like for you. Y'all, we just practiced self-compassion. You see how easy that was? We just did it. We just took a breath, we stopped, we became conscious, we became mindful, and we just practiced self-compassion. And that's the deal with self-compassion, is that it doesn't necessarily seem like our default mode, so self-compassion requires practice. So we're going to talk about some tools that may help us practice self-compassion. You may not like all of them. The first one is slow down. My little friend, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, which still, some of you weren't here last Sunday, I talked about being suspended from Facebook. It's quite a journey. I didn't do anything wrong, I just got hacked and suspended. Anyway, my little friend, Mark Zuckerberg, tells us to move fast and break things. And that is the reason for this slide. This is actually a shower curtain that you can purchase on Etsy if you like, okay? In case you want one of those for your home. When I follow the rule of moving fast and breaking things, that is what I feel like, people. Just to cover that up, then, in a hurry, Sharon Salzberg says the opposite. Sharon Salzberg, Buddhist teacher, says, restore your attention by dramatically slowing down whatever you're doing. Dramatically slow down, breathe, become mindful, restore your attention, and it starts often with slowing down. I like to think that what my brother Mark Zuckerberg meant to say, instead of move fast and break things, what he really wanted to say was move slowly and embrace things. Don't you think? Well, you know, it's not as easy as it sounds. I find moving slowly to be a challenge. Anybody here? Yeah, moving peacefully and slowly through life instead of being driven by fear. Because somehow we've learned that faster is better. We're compelled by deadlines. And we've learned that accomplishment of worldly goals is key to our esteem, and there's not anything wrong with worldly goals, but when we make a false god out of it, then we tend to move fast and break things. And so many of us rush around all the time trying to do more, trying to be more, so that we can finally feel like we're enough. And this attitude grows like a swamp thing. It infiltrates every aspect of our lives. And I've noticed this about myself. Here's a confession, one of many. I've noticed that even when I play a game on my phone or my computer, like if it's solitaire or something, I do it in a hurry. I do it in a rush. I'm trying to get better than I was the last time, trying to top my last score and win the game as fast as I can so I can get on to the next frenzied activity. It seems like we're in constant competition with something, with time or with an image of who we think we should be, with expectations that have been imposed upon ourselves by ourselves or by other people. And all of these things make perfect sense to the ego. But my thought about this is that all of this is actually a large and loud calling to practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. It is a compassionate practice to breathe, to move slowly, to settle down, and to let go of the need to constantly compare, compete, and criticize. It is a compassionate practice to know that this moment, no matter what is going on, is enough as it is. And to know also that in this moment, I am enough as I am. It is a powerful practice to recognize that self-compassion offers immediate sufficiency. And then it's a miracle to see that the all-sufficiency of self-compassion exists everywhere all the time. It's like last week when I was talking about Beethoven. Where is Beethoven when we're not listening to Beethoven? He's hovering. waiting to be received. The same thing is true with self-compassion. It is everywhere all the time, and we ought to have it. We get to have it. We are supposed to have self-compassion, and we can have it when we practice it through the compassion of slowing down. Back to my buddy, Mark Zuckerberg. I do hope he's not listening to this service. Mark Zuckerberg, as you know, is a Facebook social media mogul who tells us to move fast. And I suspect that he was instrumental in our endless obsession with phones and other speedy distractions. And phones and speedy distractions are good things. But sometimes it gets to be too much. And Sharon Salzberg addresses this by saying this: meditation is the ultimate mobile device. You can use it anywhere, anytime, unobtrusively. Meditation can be just as simple as breathing and moving slowly and recognizing the power and the presence of that which is fully enough, fully all-sufficient within us right here and right now. So take a moment again to ask yourself, is there a place in my life where I'm rushing around? Whether it's in my activity or it might be in your brain. You might be having pervasive, scampering worry thoughts about something. And once we see it, we can look at it, we can breathe, we can be still, we can know, we can offer ourselves some self-compassion. And just knowing that we're slowing down and breathing and becoming mindful, we know that we have been successful at offering ourselves self-compassion. Move slowly, move slowly. And the other part of that quote is move slowly and embrace things. How are we going to do that? Well, there's a passage from a teacher named Matt Kahn who says, "When I'm sad, I deserve more love, not less. When I'm angry, I deserve more love, not less. When I'm frustrated, I deserve more love, not less. Whenever I'm hurt, heartbroken, ashamed, or feeling guilty, I deserve more love, not less." And we could easily change this, substitute the word compassion in any love, substitute compassion for love in any of that. Here's an excerpt from it. "When I am hurt, heartbroken, ashamed, or feeling guilty, I deserve more compassion, not less." And you know what? Because compassion is an infinite principle hovering above us like music, like unplayed music. Even if you think you don't deserve self-compassion, guess what that means? That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a spiritual paradox. Because if you think you don't deserve compassion, you know what that means? It means you deserve self-compassion. You deserve self-compassion for thinking you don't deserve self-compassion. How do you like that? I love that. It's all twisty, and I love it. We deserve more self-compassion, not less. And so it is. So we slow down, we embrace things. We move slowly, we embrace things. We even embrace our perceived lack of deserving compassion. And then one more practice, and that is to know that self-compassion is not selfish. Again, I said at the beginning that many of us think that self-compassion is a bit indulgent, that we're taking something from somebody else if we take time for ourselves, if we practice self-care, if we practice exquisite self-care. Self-compassion is not selfish, it is generous. Our self-compassion blesses the world. So we recognize the importance of self-compassion. This is a story from Rachel Naomi Remen. She is a member of our flat choir, just so you know. There she is. She's a spiritual teacher who works a lot with healthcare professionals, and including chaplains. I've attended a seminar of hers, and she is absolutely wonderful, and she's written beautiful books. One of her practices that she works with healthcare professionals on is that she does healing circles with them. Hello. And she asks participants to create a sand tray. A sand tray where each participant has a little tray of sand, and then they go to a special sand tray room and they pick up objects that speak to them, and then they get to talk about the objects. They get to talk about these objects and why they selected them and why they were meaningful to them. Well, there was this one woman, her name was Marie, and she had her sand tray in front of her. They were all getting ready to talk about their objects, and they were sitting in a circle, and she had her sand tray, but they could tell that she had hidden something under her chair. So it came her time to talk, and she spoke about what each item on her sand tray meant, and then she confessed. She confessed that she had something hidden. She had held something back. They gave her the space to take the time that she needed, and when she was ready, she reached under her chair, and while no one was looking, she asked them to close their eyes. She placed her final object. She told people they could open their eyes, and they saw that Marie had placed a slender white candle in the center of her tray. It was unlit. So Rachel Remen, the facilitator, offered her a box of matches and said, "Here, you can light this." Marie waited a long time, and she said in a barely audible voice that the candle was a representation of her true self. And then she exhaled, and she lit the candle. It was a touching, intimate moment for everyone. Now, people let her gesture sit in the silence for a while, and then the woman sitting next to her began to talk. This woman sitting next to Marie also had a candle placed on her sand tree. It was a different kind of a candle. It was shorter and stouter, but it was still a candle. And this woman said that it represented her dream of being a professional and working with an open heart with others. And after this woman spoke, she lit her candle. But instead of lighting it with one of the many matches that was available, she picked up her candle, she lifted it, and she used Marie's candle to light her light. Marie burst into tears. And this other woman, the second woman, who was, according to Rachel Remen, a very sophisticated psychiatrist, became flustered, and she said, "Oh my goodness, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to invade your space. I am so sorry, please forgive me." And Marie said, "That's not why I'm crying. It's just there's so much cynicism and so much judgment around us in the world, and I never, ever show people what really matters to me. I'm afraid they'll laugh at me, and so I hide myself. And when you lit your candle from mine, I saw why it might be important to stop hiding. Because of what you did, because of your generous gesture, I think now I can find the courage to be who I really am and offer it to the world. And perhaps there are others, perhaps even others sitting in this circle who were hiding too, who were afraid to shine their light. But now maybe, because of what has happened here, they are free to be who they really are." There was silence. And in the silence, the two women reached for each other's hands. Marie's gesture, lighting her candle, that was an extreme act of self-compassion. She found the compassion and the courage to love herself and to share herself, knowing that she had value. And look at what her compassion inspired, what her self-compassion inspired. She made room for another's unique expression. Marie's self-compassion ignited connection and inspired a grace that caused perfect strangers to join hands. I can only believe that that gesture rippled in countless, infinite ways. So the message here today is this: my practice, your practice, our practice of self-compassion, it all connects us. It all connects us in this infinite being, and this connection that is born of self-compassion, this connection lights up the world. So let us commit today to move slowly, to embrace things, and to know that we can take our self-compassion seriously because it allows us to have compassion for all beings everywhere, because it connects us. There is a self-compassion for me, for you, for us, and we ought to have it. Let's say that together now. There is a self-compassion for me, and I ought to have it. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you all a question? How many people, what, only one? Yeah. Well, there's going to be two. Sorry, Susan. How many of you like it when we clap after the talk? Yeah. How many of you prefer that we go right into prayer? Oh, the clappers win, I think. Anyway, I'll see what I can do. It's sometimes it feels like people are reluctant to clap, and then I think you didn't like it. So. All right, thank you. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all, I'm a mess. I'm just a mess. Turn to somebody, yeah, I know. Turn to somebody sitting next to you and say, "You're a mess." You're a mess. And we mean that with love, don't we? Okay. All righty. Let us pray. Let us invoke the holiness of spirit and pray. All right, turning within to that divine power and presence that is the love, the laughter, the light that is flourishing in this beautiful, beautiful divine community. I resonate in this image of God, the one, the holiness, as this energy that is atoms and molecules and everything bigger and everything smaller. The power and the presence of life that lives and has its perfect being through all of us, each in wonderful, unique, and marvelous ways. And this energy is good, it is powerful, it is love, it is light, it is life, it is healing, it is peace, it is joy, it is blessing, it is all of these things and so much more. All of these things and so much more. But I do know, without being able to define what it is, I know that we are one with it, that I am one with it, that all of us are one with it, because there truly is only one essence, and that essence is life, love, energy, peace, harmony. And so I anchor in that resonance right now, and as I speak this word, I speak it for all of us. I know that all of us are blessed by the gift of compassion that hovers around us, and how easy it is for us to open up our hearts and have the courage to express compassion for ourselves. We do it for the sake of compassion, for the sake of knowing that our compassion is a blessing. It is a gift that is offered freely, and we get to receive it. We ought to receive it. We allow ourselves to receive it, to open our hearts to be more of who we truly came here to be. And as we bless ourselves, again, because there is only one of us here, we know that the blessing to ourselves blesses all beings everywhere. That the blessings ripple from us and bless the world in seen and unseen ways. Even if we can't see the blessings, we trust that they are there. And we get to know that we participate in this infinite, ultimate, beautiful power, circle of kindness and grace and blessedness that is always happening. And we get to get on that stream and play in it. How wonderful that is, to play in the waters and the power and the presence of love. And so I'm just so grateful to be here, to speak these words, to hear these words, to be here in this beautiful, beautiful sanctuary with all of these amazing people, all of these amazing beings that are doing the hard and important work of working on ourselves and being a place where spirit can show up, a place where we together can collaborate to make the world glad and sane again. How wonderful it is to participate in that, and I give thanks for it. I give thanks for all of the opening of hearts, all of the opening of minds, all of the ripples that spring forth from this time together, all of the self-compassion that flourishes in each of us. And I bless this time together and name it good. I give thanks for this spiritual teaching and all of the teachers, all paths to God, churches, synagogues, temples, mosques, ashrams, gurdwaras, fundamentalists, atheists, all beings everywhere. And with a heart that is so filled with blessedness and love, I say, thank you, Spirit, thank you, love, and I release these words into the divine mystery of the law, and together we say, and so it is.
That was good, Bonnie.
Oh, thank you. Just nuts. Thank you.
We all clap.
I know. It's so embarrassing. It's just mortifying. Just mortifying.
But you make us feel better about
Okay, good.
ourselves.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Again,
I was
you're welcome.
gonna say, like, when I walked through the doors for the first time, I was convinced. I was wearing it like a badge of honor. I was the only one that was a mess.
Oh.
I pranced in.
Yeah.
And you know how good it feels to know that you all are a mess too? I just loved that.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time I was going to love that, but there's some sort of compassion in just knowing that we're trying to get through this life together. And that we trip and we stumble, but we can lift each other up. And, I think before I believed, I think I was told, like, don't shine too brightly. But, oh my gosh, when we shine, we amplify the shining of others and the brightness. And I see the brightness this morning and how much it's been amplified.
Oh,
so
thank you.
you did good.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. I'm never doing that again, y'all. I can't take the praise. Okay.
So this morning, in that place of deep self-compassion, let's say our offering prayer together. We trust in spirit.
Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We offer these gifts.
They are an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion. Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways so that we may give again. And so it is.
Thank you.
Wow.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the night of a dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the night of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have quite a few more announcements. So I know there's a couple people that are going to be making their way down here while I'm waiting for them. Everything that we're going to talk about is on our website, www.venturacsl.org. You can find all of the classes in there and upcoming events. All of our information is on the web. And then after service today, we have hospitality behind these doors. If you're here, if you're at home, raise your coffee cup up to toast us. But if you're here, please come through the social hall here. We're going to be doing quite a few things in here, so everybody that's going to be coming up and talking. So first up, we have Shelley Ehlers. She's going to come up and she's going to talk about her upcoming hypnosis workshop next Sunday.
Good morning. It's not so easy to change habits or behaviors. Anyone notice that? One of the reasons why is your subconscious mind doesn't want you to. The most powerful part of your mind doesn't want you to change. It wants you to stay the same because it thinks it's trying to protect you. So that we can consciously want to change, but subconsciously not so much. So one of the most effective ways to help you change is by getting that subconscious mind on board. And one of the ways of doing that is using the tool of hypnosis. How many of you have ever heard of someone who used hypnosis to stop smoking? Right. And people will tell me all the time, I know someone who used hypnosis to stop smoking. It worked. I'm like, yeah, it does. It's very effective. And smoking is one of the hardest habits to break. So if hypnosis can help you break that habit, why wouldn't it let you help break other habits? It does. It's a very, very powerful tool. So I hope that you will come next week at 1 o'clock after service from 1 to 2. I'm teaching a workshop called Self-Hypnosis for Success. And let me teach you how to hypnotize yourself. We hypnotize ourselves all the time. We're a lot of times allowing negative suggestion to go into the mind. Why not learn how to hypnotize yourself and put positive suggestion in your mind? I hope that you'll join me, and we're going to have a great time. And so basically that's it. It's from 1 to 2 next weekend. The cost is $50. If that's a stretch, let the office know, and we'll take care of that. No one's ever turned away because of finances. So come and let me teach you how to go deep sleep.
Thank you, Shelley. And next we have Bill and Susan Seal. They're going to tell us about their class that's starting on Thursday.
Before we start doing that, I want to endorse Shelley's class because I'm a client of hers, and it works. It really does. For those of us that would like to choose to raise their pinkies, how many of us here have that monkey mind, that we have those thoughts that race across our mind, that we go, when's it going to stop? Well, here I am, and Susan is too. We've been into this philosophy for a bit. I opened this book up and I realized I'm starting all over. And what it did for us, the power of now, is it is a key to keep those thoughts from racing across our minds. Because why? Because our mind has control of us. We live within our mind. And who would like to stop that incessant monkey mind that's chattering in your mind, in your ear all the time? Well, we found a way, the power of now. It is wonderful. I'm going to allow Susan, or I'll let Susan share with you. Not allow, that's the wrong word. Beat me, whip me, write bad checks.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So the talk today was awesome. Bonnie spoke about Eckhart Tolle. He's in our choir up here, along with Ram Dass and Wayne Dyer in the middle. So anyway, there's going to be some great insights for you with this class that we're presenting, and we hope you'll join us this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30, and it's just 4 sessions, 4 weeks. So we'll see you then.
And one last word before I fail again. In using Emma Curtis Hopkins' phrase that Bonnie shared with us this morning, I want you to think about this. There's a good for you, and you ought to have it. Peace of mind.
Thanks, Bill and Susan. So when you're done taking the self-hypnosis in Bill and Susan's class, we also have another workshop coming up in April, on April 6th. It'll be in here at 1 to 3 p.m. It is an ancestral clearing workshop facilitated by Reverend Susan Burrell, who did the invocation today. So if you watched my talk a few weeks ago and some stuff came up, then this will be a great workshop for that. All of those classes, we have sign-up sheets in the social hall, and you can sign up online with Eventbrite. So get crack-a-lackin', people. All right, so that said, we're going to shift gears a little bit. Who here likes to party? What's wonderful about the Gourmets for God fundraiser is not only our biggest fundraiser every year, but it is a really, really, really fun way for everybody here to get to know each other in an environment that isn't necessarily a class or a workshop, isn't necessarily you don't have to be on a mat. You can be. Like if you want to do a yoga party, let's do it. But if you're, but just to get to know, just to have people over, share a meal, share a hobby, share a movie, just find that part of yourself, that good in yourself that you have, and share it with everybody else. Light that candle for somebody else. It is a lot of fun. Last year, Mr. Bill did a fantastic birthday party for himself. He did all the cooking, and it was a lot of fun. And it was really informational because he had to have every meal had like a little card, and he explained what it was and everything. So lots of fun. We need people to sign up to host parties. So the last day to host parties is next Sunday. So really talk to Jen Seal and Kathy Walker and get those parties turned in so that we can have a really fun and eventful and full fundraiser this year. So if you have any questions about Gourmets for God, who's hosted a party? Everybody? All right, look around. If you're thinking like you're too scared to host one, you can survive it. You can survive it, and ask somebody that had their hand up about having the parties. So that said, I already told you about hospitality, and then if you have anything has come up for you, or you want to anchor into any truths or anything, we will have practitioners down here at the end of service. They love to pray with you, so we call them 1-minute miracles. So grab a prayer with a practitioner. It's really powerful, and it's a great way to anchor into everything that has come up today in service. So that said, we're going to do our, oh, shoot, how did I forget? We just set it up. Today, Mr. David, here's your hand, David, you can make your own name tags in the social hall today, like these name tags. He's got it all set up in there. It's a really cool scientific process. So you're going to make your name tag and then shrink-a-dink it down. He's got the oven and everything, so you'll leave today with your name tag, right? I think, maybe. And David brought all the supplies. So it's free if you would like to make your own reusable name tag. We're doing that today in the social hall. So there's a lot happening. So let's get to it. Let's finish up with our closing affirmation. With loving kindness for ourselves and others, we choose to be love, to share love, to serve love. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for our lives, and so it is. Thank you, everyone.